Okay. Could you guys hear me or see me? Because I was talking away, just talking away. And I thought you could see me because I could see myself on my computer. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. So Nicole says no, so you couldn't see me or hear me before you could finally see me. But apparently you can hear me now. And I think you can see me because Marilyn Barber said yes. So thank you guys for being here. Couldn't see you earlier. Had a black screen. Could you hear me, Kristen? Just curious if you could hear me. I so much wanted to come in here with a piece of mayo cake. After our discussion from last week, if you missed that, we talked about mayonnaise cake and Miracle Whip cake, and Kristen put some recipes in my Facebook group. You hush. One of the recipes was like a green bean casserole, but it was a tart. I don't know how you say that. It looks really good. I want to try that. And then she also put a Miracle Whip cake, but I think I'm going to substitute mayonnaise and maybe a little extra sugar. So maybe next week I'll have that with me. We'll see. I don't want to try it before the live. Ketchup sandwich. We probably talked about ketchup sandwiches too. Potato chip sandwiches, all that stuff. But thank you guys for being here. Let me go ahead and say hello to some people. And we're going to talk. Hey, Angel B, I was watching your video while I was trying to get an embroidery project done. And it didn't get done. So I'll just have to keep working on that after the live. But it was a good video. Thank you so much. One thing I would say, I don't know how many people are in here yet. I can't even tell. But one thing I would say is, like, I put my video out yesterday morning, and I didn't talk about how much it weighs. And then there were people in a chat last night talking about how much it weighs, and some people said 2-point-something pounds. Well, I weighed it today, and it weighs right at about 9 pounds. So it's not 2 pounds. It's about 9 pounds. And I had a really good experience with mine too. Now, if you saw Delonda last night, she was having some issues with hers. There's my DTF printer stirring. She was having some issues with hers, so those things can happen. But she came back on later. If you saw the first slide but not the second one, she came back on and she did some stuff with it. So anyway, check out Patrice's video as well. She put a video out today. All right, so hey Marta, welcome. And Demps must have been here, even though I can't see it anymore because Marta said hi to Demps. Hey, Nicole Holbrook and Tanya. Hey, Carrie Crafts and DB. Hey, Joyce. Welcome, everybody that's here. Hey, Boyd Apparel. Precious Pieces, welcome. And thank you for being a moderator. Thank you. Let's see. And Nicole up there, thanks for being a member. I appreciate that. Hey, Penny Smith and Boyd. Hey, Sharon Davenport. Sharon, did you get your shirts done for this weekend? And she says, hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Sharon. All right. Like that the names are right here. Yeah, the names look back to normal. They look back to normal. Okay, I can see up here, Patrice. 7 months. I can't believe I've had memberships for 7 months. That is crazy. That is very crazy. And I'm working on something. Oh, thank goodness that fan that Tim was using to cook just went off. I'm working on something Thanksgiving inspired for a November membership gift. So we'll see. We are leaving town this Sunday. We won't be back until Tuesday. So I may or may not have it done by this next Thursday. And I want to talk about some events that are coming up. I want to talk about, what else do I want to talk about? I was going through things in my head today and I had a few things. They might pop back in there. All right. Hey, Jennifer Ricci. And Addie, welcome. Let's see. Hey, Rosalind, welcome. And Rosetta. I love to see all you guys here. Hey, Cared for All. There. Cared for All, LLC. Thank you for being here. Hey, Alice B, Martha Jordan, Arlene, Ethel. Okay, I'm going to start scrolling. Hey, Daisy. Mary, welcome. Welcome to the channel. It's a great place to be with everybody that's in the chat because the people in the chat are phenomenal, supportive, nice to each other, no drama. The no drama channel. Linda, did I say hi to you? If not, hey. Hey, Quilt Wench, welcome. Hey, Geneva, Diane, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I was going to start scrolling, and now I really am going to start scrolling. Hey, Mary, because we got things to do. And there's football on tonight. I know the Broncos are playing, but I don't remember who they're playing. Chris Smith, if you're on your big TV, come in the chat and tell us who they're playing, because I know you know. All right, I'm just scrolling. We're done. Hey, Bobby. Only drama is when you don't invite me to hang out with you. Patrice, if you want to come on, I'll send you the link. If you want to come on, I'll send you the link. Y'all, I would have Patrice on with me every week. Every single week. Hey, Brandy and Melody. Oh, they're playing the Raiders. Thank you, Melody. Hey, Latanya. But she's a busy woman. She has a full-time job. She does a lot of YouTube. She has classes. She has events. She has a lot of life going on. And so, you know, I don't want to bug her and make her feel like she needs to do that. Hey, Vera. Okay, so what I want to do tonight, the main thing I'm going to do before I leave to watch the football game, I'm not going to be there on time, but I'll start it later, is I'm going to do a bling shirt. And I want to show you, I just realized Linda Gray's picture's still on there. So Jesse's in here. Jesse, did you make it to Charlotte yet? I assume you're still traveling because I assume you were driving. And if you were driving, I was calculating that you should be there probably in another hour and a half if you left when we were on the live earlier today. So please be safe. Prayers for Jesse. Jesse, I hope you don't mind me saying, but also prayers for his sister-in-law that's going through something really heavy right now. Okay. Hey, Mikkel. Okay, go in the bushes. Take care of your mother, Vera. I get that. Hey, Gail. Oh, you haven't left yet. Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you were leaving earlier. You were probably just getting ready. Okay, so we are going to, first of all, let me add my second camera. Okay, I have it plugged up with a headphone or earbuds, and I also have it muted, so we should be okay as far as, thank you guys. As far as any echo, there shouldn't be one. If you hear one, let me know. Hey, Keisha, welcome. So we're going to do a shirt tonight, and it's going to be my favorite bling color shirt. It's going to be a black t-shirt. Now, I have noticed for some reason in my last two videos, when I hold this up, I know black always reflects things weird. But in my last two videos, well, one that I'm editing now, my camera looks kind of like a white haze over it. So I apologize for that if you watch those videos. I need to figure that out. But we're going to do this black shirt. And then I want to show you some stones. Those of us that were at the Bling Fest saw some of these, but maybe not all of these. So let's start by taking a look at the stones. And I'm hoping I can show you well in the front camera because, you know, this camera's trash. Let me try it first. Before I say something bad about it, let me try it. So I have 6 colors of stones here. I have Icy Penny, Icy Ruby. Now, Patrice had, I think she did it in a live where she used this Icy Ruby with a golden color for something for her old high school, I believe. And it was gorgeous. So Icy Ruby is very dark, but surrounded with the gold that she did, it was beautiful. Let's see, here's Black Ice. Here is Icy Onyx. And the surprise one. I'm gonna hold it for last. So let's take a look at some of these. I haven't even opened them because I'm not as good as a lot of you guys. I don't leave these rubber bands on them. But this one is called Icy Penny. We won't spend much time looking at. Oops, let me get the camera the right way. Who did I miss that said hi? Hey, Debbie, welcome. All your bling shirts are on black. Most of mine are too, because that's what they look the best on. Okay, can you guys? Ooh, look at that. Icy Penny. That's pretty. We're going to use that tonight. Then we have, let's see. Let's look at another one that we're going to use tonight. I'm either going to use Black Ice or Icy Onyx. So let's look at those next. And to me, Icy Onyx has a little bit of a jet hematite look to it. And Black Ice has more of a jet black look to it. But these are all part of the Icy collection. I assume Black Ice is. And so they have more reflections off of them. They have more of the angles, whatever those things are called. So what's this one? This is Icy Onyx. Look at that. So pretty. But you see there, it reflects not just black, but also some lighter colors. So I'm not sure about that one for tonight. I think I want to go with more of a true solid black tonight. So let's look at Black Ice. Hey, Dorica. You used it, Norma, at Bling Fest. I'm using it. Take the rubber band off. I'm using it tonight. I'm excited. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Marissa. If I missed anyone, I do apologize. Okay, this is Black Ice. And again, that looks a lot like jet black, but it has more reflection. So far, I know I'm going to use Icy Penny and Black Ice. And we're going to use the secret color over here. Okay. Icy Apricot. So if you look at Icy Penny and Icy Apricot together, Icy Apricot or apricot, depending upon, I guess, what region you're from. I don't know. But Icy Apricot is lighter. So it still has kind of a coppery color to it. Kind of a topazy coppery color. But it's brighter and lighter. Oh, that's pretty. So pretty. Okay, set that to the side. That's not what I'm using tonight, even though I think it's beautiful. Icy Ruby, and then the secret color. Hey, Victoria's Creations. Okay, here is the Icy Ruby. Now, this is very, very dark red. Okay, where'd you come from? I think you are an Icy Apricot. So I'm going to lay it over there. So this is very, very, very dark. So you may not want this just straight on a black shirt. It looks a little brighter in the camera than it does in person. But, Patrice, did you put these on a white shirt? This Icy Ruby with your golden color? Because this would look good on a white shirt. I don't really make white rhinestone t-shirts, but I think that might look good on it. And if you could find a design that is sublimated, have it on a white shirt sublimated, and then have this on top of the red sublimation, that'd be pretty. Okay, somebody said they're in the bushes. Hey, Jennifer, welcome. You think you put it on black? Okay, so does anyone, Patrice, you cannot voice this because you know. Can anybody guess what they might think the surprise color is? Ruby slipper design. NJ, aren't they gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So if you think about when you think of my favorite color, what color do you think of? Just put it in the chat. Jennifer, pink is one of my favorite colors. There, Monique got it. Ding, 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 ding. Jade's pretty too. We're going with Monique's answer because I'm the Labrador person. Bobby said peridot. I think I spit with that one. Blue, blue. Nope, it's not blue. Monique gets the prize. She's the winner chicken dinner. It is called Icy Platinum. And it is like Labrador on steroids. Matter of fact, I should bring out my Labrador later and show you side by side. Oh, it's very pretty. It has very much Labrador vibes, but brighter, blingier, and more of the reflections in it. So that's the third color we're using tonight. I thought these are kind of monotone colors, but I thought platinum, icy platinum, icy penny, and black ice would be gorgeous together. So we're not throwing in any pinks or blues or purples or reds. We're going to go with those three colors. Okay. All right. And so I found one of my old templates, not super old, but you know, a prior template. I didn't do a new template. You guys, since I've gotten home from Bling Fest, I've been so tired. And I've been working. I haven't been working, but I'm also a little draggy buns. So I found a template that has 3 colors in it, and I wanted to have a decent number of each of the colors. So a decent number of stones of each of the colors, not just one little single line font word, one word in one of them, and then a bunch in the others. So we're going to go back to Life is Tough, but so am I. And I'm going to do the outline. Oh, do I want to do it like that? Hold on. Let me think. Yes, we fell back that hour, and so by late afternoon, it's dark. Okay, let me tell you what I was thinking about. I was thinking about Labrador for the single line font words and the outline, because it's going to stand on its own. It is going to hold its own on this black shirt. So I was thinking about that for the outline. And then I wanted Icy Penny for the top half of Tough, which is an ombre. And then it'll match my shirt, but it'll stand out also. And I've done this before in a black shirt. I thought it looked really good. But it was like jet black or jet hematite. Then I was going to use jet ice on the bottom half of the word Tough. And so I'm loving the idea of the Icy Penny and the black. Do I want silver around it? I really do. I'm just going to try it. I'm just going to try it. If I didn't do silver around it, I would probably do the icy apricot. But let's just, I'm going to go with my gut. It's what I said to myself when I was thinking about this. So I'm going to go with it. Thank you, Monique. She said, go for it. All right. Let me go ahead and move this over. Let's go ahead. Ow! Y'all, did you just see that? I stuck my fingers on that hot platen. That hurt. Oh, and see, I haven't like been up to par. So my hubby brought me home some flowers. Oh, I want to show you that I finished my ornaments too, but I don't have the string on all of them. Yeah, that hurt. All right, so let's go ahead and pre-press this. I like to always pre-press what I'm going to make, whether it is Rhinestones, HTV, sublimation, it doesn't matter. I like to pre-press. And in my video yesterday morning, I forgot to pre-press 2 of the hats I did. Ha! You got to keep an eye on me, Patrice. Just do it, Tony says. I'm just going to do it. No, my Mickey. Bobby. I was telling people earlier how nice people are in here. Yeah, he's a nice husband. So if you're new here, I'm just teasing with her because that's how we treat each other. We're funny. I mean, if you get to know people and you understand their humor and you go with that, that's what I love. That's what I love. All right, so we are going to go ahead and use a lint roller, get that nice and clean. Hey, Coretta. Thanks, Cheryl. Get that nice and clean. And then we're going to start with the Icy Platinum. Patrice, I'm very goofy. I'm very goofy. Very, very goofy. Okay, there it is. Hey, Shamika. Alrighty, so I'm going to move this over and move this up so you can see a little bit more. Boy, that's dark. It's always so dark. I have the lights on above me. Why is it always so dark on this table? Thanks, Bobby. Friendsgiving can be a finish-up project day. I think, and I'm glad you brought that up. So one of the events I was talking about will be Friendsgiving, where Patrice and I'll go live during the afternoon on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And I'm hoping to get my quilt blocks done. That's what I'm hoping. Hey, Craft Therapy with Nicole, welcome. So that's one of the things coming up, is that Friendsgiving thing. And then we talked about it during Patrice's Craft a Bling Zoom this last weekend. We're also going to, and I say we, but Patrice came up with the idea. We are going to host on Saturday the 22nd and Sunday the 23rd. We're going to host back-to-back crafting lives. Okay, you get that thing. I'm on this sidewalk. Not even in the bushes. I'm on the sidewalk. I don't know if that's closer to the bushes or further away than the bushes. Hey, Donzel. But we are going to do a back-to-back live on that Saturday and Sunday. And it'll be probably starting in mid-afternoon, going into the evening each day. And we have several YouTube people that have already said they would be willing to do it. And we have some more to talk to. So be on the lookout for that. I think Patrice came up with a super cute name, Craft the Halls. So instead of Deck the Halls, it's Craft the Halls. Each of the lives will be short. So it'll keep it rolling. Each of the lives are going to be 30 minutes. So that is pretty exciting. And I think that's the only events right now that I can think of. All right, so this is the Icy Platinum. The colors, your mom was talking to you, Boyd Apparel. The colors I'm using in this are Icy Platinum, Icy Penny, and Black Ice. And I also got Icy Onyx, which is a little bit more of a gray black color. Icy Onyx, Icy Ruby, which is a super dark red color, and Icy Apricot, which to me looks like a little bit of a lighter and a more see-through of Icy Penny. I miss Danny coming in. Danny, are you in here? Welcome, and thank you for being here. All right, so we're just gonna swirl these around and fill those holes with this Icy Platinum. I was in the middle of making an embroidery video, and so the machine is still making a little noise over there because I didn't want to get out of the stitch file and then not come back exactly where I needed to. So if you hear a little something, that's what it is. And what I'm doing on that video is a baby onesie. So it's a little applique file for a baby onesie for a first Christmas. And it's a file that I got on Creative Fabrica. Now I did modify the file a little bit in Brilliance because I didn't like how it was spaced, and I saw like this extra line of stitches that really didn't belong. So I did edit the file just a little bit. Hey Valerie, Icy Obsidian looks like jet black also, and it's very pretty. It's just I'm out of it. I mean, I have a tiny bit of it left. Not enough to do anything on here, and I wanted to use these new colors. All right. I have some stuck under there, but I'll pick those up in a little bit. Now I have some blank holes, so I need to go ahead and fill those. Cindy Allison, let's read and see what you say, and welcome. She says, I'm new to Rhinestones, but I have everything to make something. I'm trying to educate myself on Silhouette Studio. Cindy Allison here. Silhouette Studio is what I use, the business edition, to make my rhinestone templates. And is the business edition what you have, or do you have the one right below that that also has the rhinestone feature? Because both of them will do it. It's just I have the business edition because that's the only one that lets you save them as SVG files. And since I don't cut with the silhouette, I have to have an SVG to take it into my other software. Okay, I see an open spot. And a couple open spots up here, a few. Okay, Bobby, you get a little serious. Okay, for your sister. Oh my, at 80, that is low, and they couldn't get it up. Have they gotten it up by now? 80 is low. I know when my mom would get to 85, she would start getting, she wasn't right because she wasn't getting enough oxygen. So I pray that they have by now gotten that up. And keep us, excuse me, keep us in the know, Bobby. Let us know. Okay. So, hey, Zelda. So you got the business edition. Good. Okay. Let us know if there's any particular things that you're having problems with, because a lot of people in the chat do a lot of rhinestones. Thanks, Kristen. And Care for All. Thank you, guys. A lot of people in here do rhinestones, so you have a whole lot of knowledge in the chat. Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl, I think I said hi earlier. Sorry about that. All right, same here. I just made my first shirt, but I need help with a few things like stone spacing. So you made your first template and you didn't like quite how it was spaced. And hey, DeGammy Moore. Honestly, I think that takes a lot of practice. Hi, Elizabeth. A lot of practice. Pretty Eyes Covington, hello. Okay, the difference between weld and compound path. Okay, so with weld, if you have two things that are on top of each other and you select both of them, you click weld, it's going to make them into a single object. What I do, and compound path puts it into a single object also, but what I do is, like with all my circles, I have all my circles on there, and I have a video on this. After I get them all where I want them, first group them, and then select the group and make it a compound path. If you go straight from the circles to compound path, they're going to jump all over the place. And so I don't ever use weld on my rhinestones because the circles aren't touching. And so I just, excuse me, I just group and then I do compound path. And then as far as spacing, sorry, let me take a drink here. As far as spacing, I believe that Silhouette's default is what, 0.039? Is that right? It's not 0.39, 0.039, 0.038. Anyway, I take mine to usually 0.2 or 0.25 or 0.02, 0.025. And then like Patrice, I think she typically uses the 0.015 or 0.15, whatever it is. I don't remember if there's a zero in there or not. Thank you, Patrice. Okay, thanks with a script text. Okay, that's a good question. Okay, so Cindy, with a script text, you would type it out the way you want it to look before adding rhinestones to it, and then you would weld that. And so that anything that's touching becomes one piece. Yes. Hey, Cookie Cook. That reminds me, seeing you. All right, Alicia. That reminds me, there was another thing I wanted to talk about. So I think it was 15 of these, but I haven't put the string on all of them yet. Let me show them to you. Okay, so I did a video on these after putting one or two, I can't remember how many we put together on live last week, but I finished doing all of these. They are cute. We got Cindy and Shannon. We have way more women in our family. Allie, Kevin, Kathy, and then I have like 6 or 7 or 8 more back there. I just need to put the little bead and the string on it. The ribbon on it. It's not string, the ribbon. So Cookie Cook said, hey, you made that in, she was very sweet. She's so sweet. But I made that in Xtools software. And a lot of people have WeCreates. And so I'm going to do a WeCreate version of that. Let's see. Has anyone attempted to create a face? Patrice has. Patrice has done faces. Going across the street now, Patrice. Yes, Patrice has done faces with rhinestones before. I feel like she's done them on lives, but she might have a recorded video on it also. But she is like the queen of making designs and cutting designs. Yes, Bobby. And Patrice has her Craft a Bling subscription box. So if she sends out, let's say, a 3-part design, and let's say she's sending them out to 100 people, she's cutting 300 pieces every single month. So she is a great, great, great resource. She does amazing templates. She's the colorologist. Is that what we call her? She knows how to put colors together. Patrice Jennifer says, look both ways before you cross the street. So anyway, if you have a WeCreate and you want to be able to design one of these in it, I'm going to be doing that video here in the next week and a half. Okay, let's get a new piece of transfer tape. And another tip, which I did not do, but Demps does this, which is a great tip, is to know how large to cut your transfer tape. If you will lay it down on your design, see mine's huge, if you'll lay it down on your design before you put stones in it, then you can get it cut to a really nice size. Yeah, she is a great colorologist. Oh, you're welcome, Patrice. Matrice. All right. Yes, Norma. I love it too. And I haven't used it yet, but this last month we got this. Sorry, that was extremely loud. Like tea popsicle thing. It was like tea on a stick that you put down in hot water and it makes tea. And I haven't used it yet, but I'm excited to try that out. Let's see. Alicia, this transfer tape is called KTM Mask. And this is from Heat Transfer Warehouse. Heat Transfer Warehouse? I think that's right. Heat Transfer Warehouse. It's nice and thick. It's not super flimsy. And I love it. Now, Eve also has some transfer tape, and I just can't remember how it compares to this. I just bought so much of this back in the day of the flock shortage. All right, so we are going to just go straight down. And I pulled some up, but I put it straight back down, so they went back into place for the most part. Let me look and see if there's any I need to move. But I think since I didn't shift, yeah, they're all fine. So how many of you were around when we had the great flock shortage? Let me know in the chat. Were you here for the... Yes, you can reuse it. I'll reuse this for all 3 presses tonight, and you can get 6, 7 presses out of it. Really, you can keep going until it's not sticky enough to pull up your stones. All right, Vera. So, do you guys remember the, what did we call it? Flock gate? Who came up with that? It was when the best flock the flock that I used, that I found the most success with, was some pink, I can't remember the name of it, flock from Heat Transfer Warehouse. Dorica was part of it. Joyce was part of it. Tammy the bag lady. Gail said yes. And we were pretty freaked out about it because we had all grown to love this craft, and then you couldn't get the flock. Tanya was around for it, Cheryl, Norma, Sharon. And so, fortunately, I had bought a huge roll of the flock. Yeah! Angel B says she bought the absolute biggest roll of flock they offered after the shortage. And then I got one from Eve, too. I'm going to leave this. I can't see the rest. Still having flock at this point. Yeah, I still have that original flock left, too. I should use it. It might go bad. I don't know. But I have a huge roll of Eve's. And then I have, this was the original flock that we liked. And then this had the shortage. And so I had a lot left from before the shortage, and I've just been hoarding it. And then I got another big roll afterwards. But really, in the last, I don't even know how long, year, I've pretty much only used Eve's. Rocket flock, yes, thank you. Yeah, she does a great job with everything in there. Everything. Let's see. I did a shirt with stones, but the shirt was stuck together and couldn't open it without pulling it apart. Any ideas on how to prevent this? So, Alicia, was your shirt a real thin shirt? I've never had that happen, but I've heard people talk about it. And I think that Gail said that she sometimes will put something between the 2 layers of the shirt. Butcher paper, maybe? Huh. Nicole, open that thing up. But yeah, you can put something like a Teflon sheet inside or parchment paper, and that way it won't stick. But yeah, I haven't. Oh, it's Bella Canvas. I have not had that happen. All right, Sharon. I have flock and then more flock. I'm like Angel B. All she uses now is Eve's. Okay, so I have this part of the design done. I'm going to set it aside. Am I missing a stone in the B? Nope, there's no stone there. Let me get these kind of pushed to the side. I might be breaking my rule tonight of getting my stones put up. But I don't want to be here super duper long. Okay, so I think I already pre-pressed my shirt, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did, because I remember standing up am thinking, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I was thinking, suck your gut in, Marilyn. Suck your gut in. Okay. Oh, all right. So we are going to try to not get these stones put anywhere bad. Hey, Evelyn. Okay, so a pressing pillow, the butcher paper stuck to it too. I shouldn't have said butcher paper. Teflon sheet or parchment paper, not butcher paper, because anything like that is going to stick to butcher paper. A pressing pillow is a thin, I'll grab one later, just remind me. It's a thin pillow that you put under things to usually get more pressure. Marilyn, I get, like, this is a Gildan heavy cotton, which I used to hate, the heavy cotton Gildans, but they changed how they made them, or at least the ones that Michaels has changed over a year ago now. Who was it? Tionda told me that. And so I tried one again, and now I love them. Now, they are not the super soft like Bella Canvas shirts, and they're not the super soft like a Gildan soft style. But to me, oh, is that in the right place? To me, they hold their form better than the Gildan soft style shirts. And you can't beat, you cannot beat a Bella Canvas one. You know, but they're kind of pricey. Now this isn't down real far. Here's the top of my collar. So I might need to pull it down a little bit, but this is a tall design. So I don't want to pull it down too much, but I am going to pull it down a little bit. It's the opposite of a belly shirt. Hey, Connie. And Alicia, I would try parchment paper or a Teflon sheet before I spend money on something else, because those will work for you. Now, if you need more pressure on your stones, then yeah, pressing pillow. Or what heat press do you have? Because I have this HTV auto press, and I've never been quiet about the fact that it came with a terrible pressing mat. Both of their auto presses did. So I bought a real pressing mat off of Amazon, and that makes all the difference to me. Oh, you're okay, Connie. I just appreciate any time that you can provide. So you have a clamshell? Okay. And does it have, it probably has a good pressing mat on it. Let's see. Let's go down here. And my shirt's not exactly straight, so close enough. Close enough. Well, let's take another look at it. Wish you could see my face back here going, Actually, I'm glad you can't see it. Okay. If you haven't been around for a while, I'm a little bit OCD. And so I'm going to measure to the bottom of my shirt. So that down to here, excuse me, 17.5, and over here. Oh, yay, looks good. All right, let's go ahead and, it's pretty thick. Okay. All righty. So yeah, here's the one that I use on the HTV auto press. It's very heavy, super dense. So it's not going to give. It's not going to give with the pressure. Because if you have a fluffy mat, that fluffy mat, even with high pressure, is going to just sink down. So it's going to diffuse the pressure. Is that the right word, diffuse? And so I really like this hard pressing mat. Hey, Greg. All right, so that is our platinum, icy platinum layer. So now let's do the top half of tuft. Turn that over. Grab another piece of tape. So I tape off the bottom part. It's over here. I am getting close to running out of this pink tape, and I love my pink tape, but it's too expensive. I might have to go back to blue. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Blue is so much more correctly priced. All right. So let's take a look at it. And then I just stick my sticky tape to the side of my desk. So on the edge of it. So here's our basic shirt so far. And so I have the border for the word tough. The word tough is in 2 pieces. Sharon, no, it was not shown at Bling Fest. So pretty. Did you, let me see if you got a good look at it, Sharon, because I know you got an early morning. You might get up or might fall asleep. It is Labrador on steroids. And it might be hard to tell on just single lines. So sometime soon I'll do something where I use it to fill in an area and it'll show up better. Regular masking tape, that's a good idea too. Yeah, I use so much painter's tape. All right, so the top half of my word tough is going to be Icy Penny. Yeah, it is gorgeous. So let's just lay some of those stones on. I put way more on than I need, but you're not wasting anything. And when you have a lot of stones, they're bumping into each other and they're helping those stones fall over into place. That's my excuse, or that's my theory for why I put so many on. So first I'm just going to swipe them across and then start going in circular motions. And then they'll fall down into place, filling most of the holes. And then it's time to just move the excess ones off. Now, the people that are really, really not heavy-handed like me and that do a lot of bling and that are good at it, they won't knock so many stones out like I'm doing. And then when they're done, they'll take their finger and they'll rub it across it to see if there's any extra ones. I swear, I just pull stones out when I do that. So I can't do that. Okay, had one that was out of place. Oh, there's an extra one. Okay. Yeah, Alicia, so basically with the ombre effect, first you just do your template. And then you literally hand select the stones that you want to be each color. So what I'll do when I do the ombre effect is I'll take my cursor and I'll swipe across, you know, that many, and then I'll hold down, is it the shift key? Maybe I'll group those and then select, just randomly, and then group all those together and then turn that into a compound path. And that's how I do it. And I'll go back and forth and back and forth. No, I want this one. I want this one. So it's not quite as easy as when I'm making it sound. There's a little more. I don't know that skill is the word, but artistic flair or whatever. And I'm not saying mine's good, but I do go back and forth and I'll take away and add more until I get it to the way I like it. But I really don't spend that much time on it. Okay, that looks good. Sometimes when you're brushing in, that's the word I'm looking for. Sometimes when you're brushing in ombre effect, it's harder to tell when you have a stone missing because there's a lot of stones missing. So sometimes it's not till after you get your shirt pressed that you see that there's something missing. Yeah, no, the platinum wasn't there. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna have to take this outer shirt off. But I mean, I have a full t-shirt on, so we're good. We're good. I'm not gonna do a show. But it's hot in here. Whew. It's gonna get really cold this weekend, so we're leaving on Sunday. We're not camping. Oh, I'll tell you in a minute, Alicia. I'll tell you in a minute. I got to tell you something. We're going out of town for our annual leaves tour, which just means we go into deep Arkansas and we look at the pretty leaves. It's the one time that I know I'm not going to have to sleep in a tent. So I'm so excited. We get our luxury trip. We sleep in a cabin. We sleep in a yurt. We sleep in something that's not a tent. So it's not luxury, but I'm really looking forward to it. Okay. Gail, you are telling the truth. So Alicia says, how do you group the same color dots if they're scattered? I learned this from Patrice. So you have all your dots on your template or your canvas. And you can go up to panels, select by color, and then go over and select the color that you want to group together. It will highlight all the stones of that color. Then you just go straight to group and make compound path. No tent this weekend. Okay, so yes, that's where my mind was going, is on Sunday, the day we leave. Here it's going to be a high of 39, I think, my son told me. And where we're going is going to be a high of, I think it was 44 or 42. That's the high. So I'm very thankful we're not camping. And the low is going to be like 22. Okay, so RD style, let me tell you here in just a minute. Let me put this down and then I'll talk about that. Okay, so because I have to concentrate when I do that. So I have my iPad in front of me and I have this little webcam above me. And I use the streaming software StreamYard. And so in StreamYard, I have some different templates that you can use, like when there's multiple people on stage and all that. And so all I have to do is I grab on my computer, I put my cursor on this one and I just drag it over and it changes it. Or I can say, let's just have this by itself. Or I don't have 3 people, so it's just not going to do something with 3 people. But it's really easy to learn once you've played around with it a little bit. I'm not sure if I do cookie, and I'm not sure if Patrice does. I know she's done it in a live. I feel like I've done it, you know, on a live or video, but I'm not really sure. Oh, Kristen, that is hot. That is hot. But, you know, I don't mind doing one like that. You're welcome. You're welcome, RD Styles. So, yeah, it's all part of StreamYard and having more than one camera. And I just go with 2 cameras. Some people do, you know, 3 or 4. Some people have one of those, oh, I can't remember what's Stream Deck or something like that, where they just push buttons on it. I just do it in StreamYard. Okay, so we're going to lay these stones down. And your t-shirts, your various clothes can either relax and kind of stretch, or they can contract and kind of shrink. So, and I can show you an example if I get the right camera on. Okay, thank you, Boyd. So Patrice has a video on how to do ombre. Okay, if I pull this down really close, you see how, well, hold on. First of all, I didn't start very well. I'm going to try to move this over a little bit so you can see a better view. Okay, so I am going to focus on placing the H down. And that looks pretty good. But notice, even though the H looks pretty centered, by the time you get over here, look at all that excess space. So you can't always just do all of them in one press. Well, you can do them in one press, but sometimes I'll cut between. But in this case, I'm just going to try to lift it up and slightly maneuver my shirt over a bit. Now, let's focus on the U. Let's get the U right first. Okay, that U looks good. Let's go ahead and press that down. Now the U and the O look pretty good, but the T still doesn't really look good. And in the design on the screen, it was perfectly fine. So it's not a design issue. It is a shrinking or relaxing of the fabric. So I'm going to be able to get away with just doing it in one press without cutting, but I will cut between letters when I need to. Hey, Anne. Welcome. Ooh, I'm not sure, Sharon. Does anybody know if Patrice has posted her classes yet that she has coming up? And if so, feel free to put a link to them in the chat. Okay, so we're going to press this. I like to get my collar up off the edge of the press. Sorry. Okay, I like to get the collar off the edge of my press. So we're going to press those at 350 for 15 seconds. And while it's pressing, let me go ahead and clean these up. So if you came in later, we talked about a couple of things coming up. On the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, Patrice and I'll do a Friendsgiving live in the afternoon like we've done the last 3 or 4 years. And it's probably going to be around 1 o'clock Central Time, but we have not talked about an actual time yet. And then also on November 22nd and the 23rd, Patrice is going to host, and I'm helping her. Okay, Ann. We're going to have Craft the Halls, where we'll have several YouTubers that have 30-minute lives, back to back to back to back. So we'll do it in the afternoon, maybe mid-afternoon into the evening on Saturday, and then the same on, well, by Sunday we'll be done by the time Eve comes on. And we did look, and that is not a So Crafty weekend, so we don't, we're not going to interfere with that. Okay, let's look at it so far. You have 40 degrees weather there, sweatshirts, and coat now. I don't know what it is here today, but it's hot in this room. Okay, so this is the Icy Penny. Very pretty. And then the bottom half of that tuff is going to be black. And I know you might think, that's not really going to show up too well. It's going to look fabulous. At least I love the way they turn out, because honestly, that almost looks fine now. And so it's going to have the same coloring as now, but it's going to have bling. It's going to have black bling in there. Thanks, Dance. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Mylene. Good night, Sharon. And what'd she say after that? Safe travels? Safe travels. Yes, be safe, please. And Sharon, you better not be going to that fabric store in Batesville. Hey, Delonda. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Delonda, here's my shirt so far. Using some of the new colors. Okay, so we have one more part to this template to do, and that's the bottom half of the word tough. And it's the bottom of the ombre. So those stones need to fit in there real nicely. So again, we're going to take our time. If we need to move some things around to make it work better, we will. But for that bottom half, I'm using black ice. All right. Let me move this over. Hey, Angelia. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so these are very similar to jet black, but they have more reflections in them. They have more of the cut angles in them. And so that causes them to reflect more light. And you're going to stay away from fabric till you make 5 more quilts. It sounds like you probably have a pretty good stash already. Now, Sharon, really, if you're going there, it's okay. I was just teasing. Just teasing, but I do want to, you know, meet up there sometime. Okay. So these are brushing in really easily, really nicely. So drag off the extra stones. And when I say drag, I'm not putting a lot of pressure down. I'm really using the weight of the brush and maybe slightly more. But I'm not dragging. I'm just kind of moving my brush off. Okay. So yeah, Marshall's is a huge, I think they call it dry goods, Marshall Dry Goods. That's a huge, 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 huge fabric place in Batesville, Arkansas. And I think they supply, you know, to fabric stores and all kinds of things. And so Sharon and her sister had been there and she told me about it. And so we were camping one weekend and we were like 45 minutes from where it was. And so it's like, if I'm going camping with you, you're going to take me to a fabric store. And of course, I didn't have to twist his arm. He'll pretty much do, you know, whatever. But it was a lot of fun. And I didn't even, I think I spent $40 some is all I spent. Okay, that's from the month. Okay, so Cindy, this size is 100 gross. And then I have a much taller one, but I don't have it in here. I can grab that in a minute. When I'm pressing the shirt, I'll grab the next size up. And then who else? Oh, a pressing pillow for Alicia. So I need to get a pressing pillow and I need to get a large container of stones. And then while I'm at it, I'll get a couple of the ice chippers too, so you see the various sizes. Yeah, the big one is 250 gross. I don't have that here on my table, so I'll show that to you here in a few minutes. But yeah, the big one's 250. These are 100 gross. And then the little chippers, I think those are 20 gross. And the ones that are in the monthly buy-in, the large ones are available during the buy-in. And then I'm not even sure if you can buy individual ice chippers in the buy-in or if you put 5 or 8 of them together. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, let me know. I know they're available in the buy now. The buy now, the pricing is different. It's more of a retail type pricing, but you get your stones a little bit more quickly. Okay. Hey, J Mama. Now, when you are laying black stones on a black shirt, it is really, really difficult. I mean, really difficult. I don't know if the camera will pick up how difficult it is, but it's really difficult. And I don't always do a great job of it. So since this is my 3rd time to use this transfer tape, I wouldn't mind cutting this apart. Let's start by cutting here and see if I can get 2 letters in at one time. And I don't need to cut it all up because I can still use that top piece right up here. But placing a solid black stone on a black shirt is hard. So what I'm trying to do is really look between the two, what color's that? Icy penny stones, to make sure that that's landing in the correct place. And then I'm going to kind of feel on it and make sure they're not overlapping. I always forget. I guess it's like childbirth. You forget how hard it is. And then you go and you make another shirt where you're using a solid black on black. And it's tough. Like, can you guys even see where the stone? Yeah, you can see where the stones are. Maybe I need to look in the camera. Okay, so I'm going to rub along there, make sure they're not overlapping. Okay, I feel like that looks good. Let's cut these others off. Hey, Eve. Okay, so I think I'll probably be able to do it in these two presses, or these two pieces. But honestly, just take your time. I know if you're selling shirts, you know, you want to get as much as you can get done, because you're not pricing it by the hour, you're pricing it by the job. But take your time. Okay, I hope that's going to be good. I feel like it's not quite right. I feel like this needs to be pulled up just a little bit. Okay, the good news is that if they're out of whack a little bit, it's not going to show so much either. But I don't want them out of whack. You know, I'm a little OCD. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's go with that. Thanks, J Mama. Okay. So I think we're done. The icy penny looks like $1,000,000. I love that, Dimps. Hey, Lisa. So we are done with this camera. Let's just go ahead and remove it. And take this off. And that looks good. I can see it's not quite perfect, but it's pretty darn close. My U has a few issues, but I'll take it. And I also have this little Hotfix wand. And so what I can do is I can heat it up, and then I can put it down on a stone and just slightly shift it. Now, I will warn you, when you do that on a black shirt, you can see a little bit of the glue left behind. So you have to determine, like I think I have one stone on top of another stone in 2 letters. You have to determine which is more important to you. So let me show you what it looks like. Let's get that out of the way. And there it is. It's not pink and purple and blue and a lot of those colors that I love to do. But I think this is really classy colors together. I'm very happy with it. Now, I do want to do something in the near future where I use that icy platinum and I put a bunch of them together in one place, because I think it's going to show up better just how beautiful they are when they're all clustered together. But I like this. I like it a lot. So, okay, just for a recap then. Friendsgiving, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving in the afternoon. We're going to do back-to-back lives on November 22nd, 23rd. probably mid-afternoon to the evening. Again, on Sunday, we'll be done before Eve comes on. If you want to know how to make these in We Create, I will be doing Yabdumps, I see Platinum. If you want to know how to make these in We Create software, that's on my list of something to do in the next couple weeks. No, this is Icy Penny. Icy Penny. So anyway, be on the lookout for that. I'm doing a baby onesie right now for an embroidery project. I'm videoing that. Let me grab the tall box, the ice chippers. Let me get the pressing pillow so I can show Alicia. Oh, and then I have one more thing on the floor that I want to talk about. So I'll grab that stuff and be right back. Okay. So for anybody that's kind of new, to the bling sizes, this is the large one. It's 250 gross. See you, Jessie. Be safe on the road. Hey, Faye. Thanks, Damps. Okay, so this is 250 gross. This is if you're using SS10s. Because if you're using SS6s, they're smaller and you get more. This is 100 gross. And then these little ice chippers are 20 gross. And I brought out Icy Pumpkin since that was brought up so that you can see it compared to the Icy Penny. The Icy Penny is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful copper color. So Icy Penny or Icy Pumpkin is more of an orangey. And Icy Penny looks like a penny. It's copper. It's gorgeous. Hey, Katrina. Okay, so we talked about the sizes. Then Alicia was asking about when the shirt sticks together. And somebody mentioned a pressing pillow. So this is a pressing pillow. And it has Teflon on each side of it. So the Teflon would protect that from happening. But if your pressure is already good, you can just put either a Teflon sheet inside or a piece of parchment paper inside, and you'll be fine. Okay, so the last thing I have here, and I haven't used it yet. I can't even remember the brand name, but I have a single needle embroidery machine that won't use Mighty Hoops. And so I got this. I haven't taken it out yet, but it is a metal hoop that I can use on the poolin, and then it has some heavy-duty magnets that go all the way around. So I will be trying that out soon. So if you have the poolin or another single needle embroidery machine and you're like, man, I am just tired of hooping these the traditional way, I'm going to try this out pretty soon. Oh, Gail. Yeah, back in the days where people actually tried shoes on you. Well, it's been a while, huh? Okay. All right. And then Alicia also, she has, like I said, the buy now, and that's usually smaller quantities, more retail price, or the buy in, which I think you're in the middle of now, aren't you, Eve? Which is the larger amounts at a discount price. You like your magnetic hoop frames? And so are they something like this, or are they Mighty Hoops? Because I haven't used it yet, but I'm pretty excited to try it out. Now the magnets just sit on the front, but I think they're going to be pretty heavy duty ones. Thanks, Jane Mama. Thanks for telling everybody that. All righty. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section under the video. Also, you only get 3 hypes a week. But if you feel like hyping me, hype me. Now, I was on the phone with Dimps last night because she even, it worked for you, Angel B. Good. A cart you started. So many colors pick from. I know. Start with some basic ones. Oh, good, NJ. Okay. I can't hype. My account will not let me hype. So we went into Tim's phone, and in Tim's YouTube account, on his app on his phone, he could hype. So we hyped some people. We logged out of his account on his phone, logged into my YouTube account on his phone. It won't let me hype. Go figure. Oh, thank you, Anne. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's very sweet. Gail, a hype gives, you have to be like under 500,000 people. They consider them, you know, smaller YouTubers. But to me, that's humongous. But anyway, oh, thanks, Carrie. A hype gives some points, and so maybe YouTube pushes you out to more people, but you can only hype 3 a week. And it can be a pre-recorded or it can be a live, but I think it has to be at the end of the live. He couldn't even pull up the premiere while it was going. Well, Dimps, I'm hyping you on Tim's phone. So if it ever tells you who hypes and it shows him, it was me. All right. Thank you guys so much for being. Oh, Eve gifted some memberships. And I can't tell who they go to unless I'm watching on my phone. So can you guys tell me who they went to? Thank you, Eve. Anyway, if somebody will let me know who they went to, I'd love to know. Welcome to the group. Thanks, Dance. Okay, I'm just staring at it so somebody can tell me who got them. But I know you guys are behind where I really am. But when you guys know, let me know. Or Dimps, if you want to take a screenshot or a picture with your phone and send it to me, I would just love to know who's new to the group. Hopefully you guys find some value in it. Keisha, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So sweet. And Keisha, did you try your file yet on your embroidery machine? Because that was super easy for me to do. It was super easy. Okay, so Gail got one. Dimps, you sent me a screenshot. Thank you, Keisha. All right, you guys have a great rest of your evening. Tomorrow night, we'll be in Patrice's live. I'm not sure what she's going to be working on, but hopefully I see you guys all there. This is an off week for So Good. And so then we'll probably see you also tomorrow morning. Hey, Mrs. Parker. Also tomorrow morning, I'm going to watch football here in a minute too. Dimps, I think, is coming on. Dimps was planning on coming on as long as they were in school session and all that. So Dimps let us know that. And then Sunday night, of course, the baby's booty. We'll see Eve. And tomorrow night's date night. So Patrice and Eve will be on together. All righty. You have a great evening. And let me see if I can do this pretty well. Until my next one. I'm so glad you caught the live too.